Hi, and welcome to Beach View Podcast with Bryce and Jen. Thank you for joining us yet again. And today we are going to talk about something for all of you music lovers out there, especially for Bree, our sister, who said we talk about music too much. So, Bree, this one's for you, buddy.
I don't think you have to call her out like that.
Well, too late. I already did.
So,
All right, so go on.
yeah.
You introduce the topic.
Today we're going to be discussing the Photo album by Death Cab for Cutie. It's their third album. It was released in 2001, and this is really before they got big. Maybe you've heard of some of these songs before, but they got big in their next two albums, really. But yeah, and I figured I'd pick it because we were like, let's talk about another album. We didn't want to get into more Linkin Park right away. And we settled on Death Cab for Cutie. And I chose this one in particular because it's... I go back and forth on this. I think it's their weakest album, excepting their one that I think is actually bad. But I go back and forth on that because I do like most of the songs on here. So I don't know why I always come away with like, oh, this is probably their weakest album. And I thought that would make it an interesting thing to talk about. So, what did you think of it?
Yeah. So, I like that we picked this band, first of all, because it's been a while since I listened to any Death Cab. But I was not familiar with this album in particular. I think there was like maybe one song that I was like, oh yeah, okay, I've heard this one before. So, a lot of these songs were new to me, or either I hadn't heard in, 15, 20 years, something like that. So... I like that we picked this one because it's kind of a departure for me. I haven't listened to indie bands in a while. So I like that. But I will say this was a hard listen for me because, well, first of all, let me preface this by saying I was so tired this week, okay? So every time I would go to listen to this, it was always like at night. Like before I went to sleep, and it would make me like really sleepy and want to fall asleep, which I guess is a good thing because I needed some sleep. But on the other hand, like it took me like 3 days, like just to listen to the whole album, which is kind of crazy. I usually don't have that problem. So it was a little sleepy for me, I will say. But overall, it wasn't bad, but I wasn't like, oh, I gotta listen to this again, Is that how you feel?
I mean, I like it. I listen to it on occasion. It's a pretty short album, too, so it's really easy to just, put on.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Going through it for the podcast, I was thinking, I like this song a lot, I like this song a lot, and there's only, 3 songs I really don't like. So I was like, well, why am I always so negative on this album? And I really had to, sit there and think about it, because... there are some songs on here, because I was comparing it, I said this might be their weakest album, I was comparing it to some of their other albums, and there's some songs on here, I think, some of their other albums don't touch, they don't have a song that's as good as, say, a movie script ending, but I think as an album, the rest of those, the rest of their catalog is stronger as an album. Even if I like a lot of the songs on here, I don't think as a whole it works.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And again, I'm not that familiar with all of their albums, but I thought, going through it, I thought, okay, I like these songs. And a couple of songs I actually liked the more I listened to them. I was like, oh, okay, I like it more, Which is usually the case for me anyway. But like you mentioned, a movie script ending, I liked it, but at first I was like, this is just an example. I was like, this is kind of a light rock kind of sounding too much to me. It wasn't like the sound I was hoping for with this song. But, and then there's some other songs too that I was kind of like, I liked them. I wouldn't say I loved them, So that to me was overall is a decent album, but it wasn't the absolute best for me.
Alright, yeah. I think, especially, they surpassed this in their later albums, too, so I think this was a good pick for discussion because of that. We got 2 that we heaped praise on. Well, one of them I didn't heap praise on, but and then we have one we're a bit mellow on. So,
Yeah.
you want to get into the track by track?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. First up is Steadier Footing.
Okay, so why why is it so short, first of all?
I
I
like
didn't
it.
mind that it was short. I liked it, but I was kind of like, oh, that's it? Like when it ended, I was like, okay. That's a good intro, I think. I didn't love it. I was
Oh,
kind of
really?
like, yeah, I was just kind of like, like, apathetic toward it. It was okay. Like, it was good. It wasn't bad, but it didn't, like, stand out to me. The only way it stood out was because it was short.
Oh, okay. See, this is probably one of my favorite songs on the album. I don't know.
Really? Okay.
Because, I don't know. I like the lyrics. I think they're really evocative of that sort of like, it's about sitting and talking to someone at night, like after a party, and just kind of like reminiscing and
Yeah.
stuff. And I think it really lyrically captures that, and musically, I think the music carries that, but captures that feeling of like talking to someone at night
Yeah.
in a way that seems like profound, but is really just kind of mundane. And I
Yeah.
think it was good at getting to that.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Yeah. I agree with that. Like lyrically I like that cuz like at one part he was like something like how he should have taken the chance, but instead we just talked about the people we met in the last 5 years, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's kind of one of those like you said, those more profound conversations and like he kind of gets into the little kind of stuff behind like what's going on in your head at the time. Like I definitely got that, and it definitely is evocative. I agree with you. But as far as like the sound and the overall like feeling for me, I was just kind of like I said, just kind of like it's all right.
Well, see, to me, I think the sound makes it. I think
Yeah, I
that's
don't
what really
know. It's like
carries it. It really
whatever.
captures that like at night, especially with that really like moody organ sound. I don't know if that's an
Yeah,
actual organ or just a synth, but I really like that.
yeah. Oh, that's cool. Okay, I
All right.
like it.
So next song.
Hmm. The
Okay.
movie script ending. So I kind of already talked a little bit about this. I did like the video a lot. I was watching it on YouTube, and I liked the video.
I don't watch videos, so
Well, I that's the only one I saw, and then I switched over to YouTube Music, so I didn't watch any more videos. But like I said, at first I was kind of like, it's a little too like light rock sounding to me. But this was one that like the more I listened to it, I was like, okay, I like it, But at first I was like, I don't know.
hmm.
So it grew on me, but it's still not like, I definitely want to listen to it all the time.
Yeah, so this might be one of the songs you've heard before. This was one of the singles on the album. I don't know if that's the case.
Yeah.
Was it?
It sounded familiar to me, but like I said, I am so bad at remembering stuff, but I was like, this might be there was oh, I forget which other one. I was like, oh, okay, I know that one. Well, not that I know it, but I've heard it before. But this one may have been one I've heard before. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're right. It's a light rock sound, but
Yeah.
I think it's good at that, I like a little bit of light rock stuff.
Yeah. It was just okay to me, but like I said, I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. So both the first two songs, I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, so this is again probably one of my favorites on this album.
Yeah.
I like its atmosphere. I think it's really atmospheric.
Yeah.
And again, the lyrics, I think it's like a really storytelling form,
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
talking about like going through somewhere and like looking at things. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the stories.
And I like the chorus a lot. I like when it like kicks into the electric part of the guitar in the chorus.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. All right.
I think it's a good atmospheric light rock song. I like it.
It is. Yeah. I like it. Like I said, it grew on me. Like I think the more I would listen to it, the more I'd be like, oh yeah, I like the song. Like some songs are like that for me, where first time I hear it, I'm like, I don't know, and then I hear it again, it's like okay, and then I'll be like, yeah, I like it. So I probably need to listen to it more, but I wish I had time like this week to like listened to the whole album again, I think I would have like gotten more out of it. But like I said, I just like kept falling asleep on it. So I was like not doing well this week with the listening. But yeah, okay. So this was one that you really liked then.
Yeah, which I can see the falling asleep. A lot of these songs are kind of on the softer side.
Yeah, like I'm gonna have to remember this. Like next time I can't sleep, I'm gonna put them on. Always nice to be sung to sleep.
All right. Well,
okay.
This next song.
Moving on.
Yeah, We Laugh Indoors. This one's a bit. It's got some emo influence.
Yes, and okay, I like this song. I like this song a lot. I liked it better than the last two songs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I guess I like the more emo kind of. But I liked how, like, how he repeats, I love you, Guinevere. I don't know, I just like that part, how he keeps saying it. It's, like, catchy. It's, like, makes you want to sing along.
Yeah.
But, at the end of the song, I was like, but wait, why? Like, he says it over and over, but he says he won't admit it. So, like, why won't he admit it? Like, it made me want to, like, dig in more to the story,
It's a breakup song, although the lyrics are really, like, vague. I'm blanking on, like, the term for this sort of thing. But, yeah, they're not very, like, direct about what's happening.
Yeah, but I liked it. I thought it was a cool song.
Yeah, I like the emo influence on here. The chorus of the repeated refrain of I love you, Guinevere, and, like, that's definitely it's about a breakup that definitely captures the emotion. And I like the bridge at the end where it gets heavier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I think
like that too.
Really works with it.
This was one, like, I was, like singing it to myself the next day, like, I love you, Guinevere. Like, it was stuck in my head. I don't know, it was, like, a good tune, So, this was a good one.
Yeah, this was also one of the singles. I don't know if you had known about it before or not.
I don't remember this song.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't mean that I never heard it, but I just don't remember it. I think I remembered, like, more, well, I don't know if it's their earlier, it must have been later stuff. I just, honestly, I can't even remember, like, which ones I listened to and which ones I didn't, And this was, like, back in my Napster and LimeWire and BearShare days, where you, like, illegally download songs. So I never, like, downloaded a full album. It was like, okay, give me this song, give me that song. We made a lot of mixtapes back in the day, mixed CDs. So
yeah.
It's kind of like probably just pieces and parts of albums. I never, like, sat and listened to a whole Death Cab album. Yeah.
And it's, like, there's no telling, like, what songs you heard on, like, a TV show or something.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So I don't recall this song, but it was a good jam. So I was like, maybe I heard it. I don't know.
Yeah. Well. All next
right.
Song.
Song number 4.
Yeah. Information Travels Faster. Now, I don't like this one. I think this is a bad song.
Oh.
Like, I don't like the guitar.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't think it was
the
bad.
melody's bad. And I think the, like, piano doubling the melody in the chorus doesn't do it any favors. Oh, and to top it all off, I think the lyrics are bad.
I didn't care for the lyrics as much in this one. I did like, though, like, the wind down and then, like, the drum kicks in, like, at the end.
Yeah,
I like that part. I thought it was a nice little, like, but, and I like, the only really part that I, like, noted that I liked in the lyrics was, it was talking about, like, it travels faster, but the days are slow, and that was, like, the only little part that I was like, oh, I kind of like that phrasing, but the rest of it, it was, like, kind of,
Yeah,
so,
it's about a breakup and the speakers complaining about how people are gossiping about the breakup, and I don't know, to me that's not, like, a good hook for a song.
No, it was kind of like, I don't know, kind of like a downer.
Yeah. And again, I don't think the melody's good at all, and I don't think singing works with the melody, and it just, it doesn't do it for me.
Yeah. It was okay. I mean, like I said, there were a couple of parts of the song that I liked, but overall, it wasn't my favorite.
Yeah, and I do agree that ending part is better than the rest of it, but it's still,
Yeah.
to me, not enough to really save it.
Yeah, I like a good, like, drum kick, and, like, you know, I like that in music when it's, like, getting quiet, you know, and then it's like, ba-dum, or whatever. But, so that's the saving grace of the song. It's the only part that I, like, really enjoyed. So I'll just listen to that part. That's it.
All right, well, next song, Why You'd Want to Live Here. This one I also think's bad. I think this is one of the worst songs they've ever done. What'd you think?
This is a rough song. Okay, it was rough because I felt like it was super negative. Like,
oh, it definitely is.
Yeah, I didn't think it was, like, fair to Los Angeles. I mean, I don't know anything about Los Angeles, but I was like, whoa, like, that's kind of rough. Like, but I did, I like, how he says, it smells like an airport runway, like jet fuel and stuff. I was like, ew. And then, wait, what did he have? Like, oh, you can't swim in a town this shallow. I was like, dude, this song is harsh. Like, you just, like, you know, kicked out a big part of your audience in LA. Not that, you know, the shallow people in LA were listening to
They might have been.
but
They might have been.
They might have been, but I was just like, whoa, like, this is super negative. Like, I thought it was kind of like, ugh, like, you're being shallow about the city. Like, do you not appreciate for its cultural merits? You know? So,
well, you know.
Anyway, I was just kind of laughing.
Death Cab's a Seattle band, so I didn't, like, maybe there's a Seattle-Los Angeles rivalry going on there.
Maybe so, yeah. There might be a huge, you know, they might be from different gangs. I don't know, but I was just kind of like, ouch, like, that's harsh. Yeah.
I don't know.
Which is kind of, I mean, it entertained me, at least. Like, I was like, whoa.
Well, that's something, I guess. So. But yeah, I think this song's really bad. Like, it's, like, I'm like, you know, make fun of a city, whatever. That doesn't bother me. I don't know, you know, I've never been to Los Angeles. I don't know enough to know, like, especially Los Angeles 20 years ago, if it sucked really bad.
Yeah.
Like described in the song, but God, like, I think the music's bad. I think that just the guitar just doesn't work, and it's such a poor delivery and writing for, like, what is a diss track, you know? Like, it's so whiny in a way. Like, it doesn't, it's not a good critique. Like, I'm fine with you critiquing, it's just...
No.
And a lot of the lyrics suck. Like, I'm in Los Angeles today, asked a gas station employee if he ever had trouble breathing, and he said it varies from season to season.
Yeah.
Like, not good writing.
I thought it wasn't, no, it wasn't clever. Like, I don't mind, like, put downs. Like, I think they're kind of funny, like, even for places and stuff like that. But there was nothing clever about it. Like, if you're gonna put it down, like, be clever about it. They, like you said, it definitely sounded whiny, and it sounded like, you know, this, like, ingrateful, like, you know, just attitude. I just didn't, I don't know. I was just kind of, like, not impressed with it at all. But like you said, it was just poorly executed, I think. And they could have made it more interesting. For a track on this album, I thought they definitely could have done better.
Yeah, and I also think, like, again, this is not cohesive with the album. It's about a lot of, like, sort of... Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's more about personal relationships, and then just smack in the middle of it.
Yes.
Los Angeles sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, like, nice segue there. I don't know, like, it's just kind of, it was a weird addition to this album. Like, I feel like maybe this could have been, like, a bonus track, maybe.
Yeah,
but not, like, smack in the middle of the album. Yeah.
I think this is one of the reasons why this is probably, like, every time I finish listening to this album, I'm like, you know...
Yeah. Not your favorite.
Yeah, because it's just poor lyrics made worse by a bad delivery, and the music's not good enough. Like, I would maybe have a better opinion of this if I thought it was musically decent, but this is just,
Right.
I think it's bad all the way through.
No. There's not a lot of songs that I'm like, I don't criticize songs too much I don't know, I just think like if that's the artist's work and that's what they, produce, like, I can't do that. So I'm always pretty lenient on songs, I think, but this one I was just like, nah. Nah, it's all good. So, yeah, I think we could have left that one off the album and been totally fine.
Yes, yeah. It'd be a bit short, but it's already short, so.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, next song.
Okay.
Blacking Out the Friction.
All right. Song number 6. Okay, so I like this song, though I didn't write down any notes about it. I just, I wrote down that I liked it. So it wasn't necessarily like noteworthy to me, but I thought it was a good, nice little song.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites on the album.
I didn't have much to say about it.
I liked the electric piano like sound in the opening.
Mm-hmm.
Then getting into the guitar riff, that really like crunchy electric riff, I think works. I think those two sounds work really well, and I really like that. And I like the melody here. I like the singing. It's a nice little song. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the singing. I like the instrumentals. Like I thought it was all good.
Yeah, and
that's it. That's
lyrically, it's kind of about like I don't know, like talking to someone. Seems like someone going like in a relationship going on a break.
Yeah. But
because there's sort of like, I don't know, criticisms. It's vague anyways. I'm not sure the lyrics matter too much in this one.
Yeah. I thought it was good. The lyrics were good. Maybe he's like, taking a break from LA. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, it's about being
breaking
cold,
up with LA.
So, the starts,
Yeah.
like, I don't mind the weather, I got all these clothing items.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. No, I thought this was a good addition to the album. I thought they did a good job on it.
Yes.
And
definitely like it.
Yeah, that's all I got on it.
All right, well.
This was obviously one I was, like, falling asleep on. Not that it was too sleepy, but...
Yeah, that's one of the higher energy songs.
I didn't write any notes,
yeah.
I thought it was a good one. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, all right, well, next
anyway.
song, I Was the Kaleidoscope.
Okay.
This was also a single, so maybe you had heard this one before?
I'm pretty sure I heard this one before, and I liked this one. I liked how, like he said, like lyrically, I liked how he says, like, my teeth chattered rhythms, and they were in, like, 2s and 3s, and it was Morse code from me to me, and I don't know, I like that part of it. I thought that was kind of a cool little line there. And I thought this was kind of like, they're all to me like poetic, like they're all poetry. But I like this one. What did you think of this one?
I think the lyrics are good. I especially like there's a, this is a thing they do sometimes. The refrain, like the beginning refrain, I put on my overcoat and walked out into winter. And they do that at the end, too, as the closer. And I like that song structure. I like when they do that a lot. That too. But musically, I just don't like this song. I don't know. Something about the guitar tone just doesn't agree with me.
Really?
Yeah.
I have to go back and listen again. Because I didn't write down anything that was offensive to me.
Well, different taste. I don't know. This one just I didn't like. And I don't like the, bridge part, where it picks up a bit.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I think it's well written. I agree with what you were saying earlier. And, it's about kind of a breakup.
Yeah, like every other one. Yeah,
a lot of these kind of are.
Yeah.
But, I like the opening of, like, the imagery, the storytelling of, like, being cold and, sort of being internal, like that, like Morse code messages sent from me to me, like just that I think conveys like a sense of like being really like in yourself and like going up, like going up to their apartment and like later it's like, oh, this ain't working out anymore. I like that sort of portrait it paints there of like the feeling of walking up to the apartment and being sort of like really in yourself and kind of, I guess, knowing what's coming.
Yes. Yeah, and like you nailed it when you said like earlier on that it was evocative. That's definitely, I feel like, one of their gifts is that they're They tell the story in a poetic way, and it's definitely, it makes you conjure up these thoughts and feelings about what it would feel like to be there and to be doing that kind of thing. So I definitely think that every song like makes you have some sort of feeling, and not everybody can do that, so I think that's one of their talents. Although, like I said, some of them are just kind of like, a little bit of a downer. So it's kind of, I guess you got to be in the right mood to listen to them, right?
Yeah, and this is one of the songs that, like, even though, looking at it, I think it's lyrically done well. I'm just, the music sings it for me. Like, when I listened to this album, I was like, I'm not really a fan of this song.
It's going downhill.
Yeah.
I can see that. Okay.
All right.
Got you.
Well, next song, Styrofoam Plates.
Okay, you tell me how you felt about this song first.
Okay. I feel like you're gonna drop something on me once you're done with it. But I like this song. I think it's a good song. I think, to contrast this with Why You'd Want to Live Here, I think this is actually, like, a good example of, like, anger. I think there's a real bitterness to it, and I think that's really appropriate, given,
definitely.
like, the subject matter, just, like, being at your, like, the speakers at their dad's funeral, and their dad just, like, kind of abandoned them and was crappy, and they're sort of, like, reminiscing about, like, this, and I like the opening line. There's a saltwater film on the jar of your ashes. I threw them to sea, but a gust blew them backwards, and the sting in my eye, which you then inflicted, was par for the course just as you were living. And that's kind of, like, it's kind of silly, but I think in a really, like, appropriate way. Like,
I liked it, yeah. I liked that part of it, yeah.
I think, and again, that's a really evocative sort of picture. That's, like, a very specific moment of, like, not just, like, dang, my dad died and he sucked. It's like, painting a picture of that to convey that emotion, and I think it did it really well.
Yeah.
And I like the music, too. Well. So. Plus on both ends for me.
So, I like the drum and guitar riff or whatever you call it, like, I thought that was good. The music part was good when they get into that, the instrumentals. Overall, I thought it was a good song. I really liked the opening lyrics. I thought that was good. But for me, like, it was a sad, like, kind of just like a dismal look at his childhood, or I don't know, it totally bummed me out. Like, I just was like, I liked parts of it, but I was just like, overall, it's like not a happy song. And not that every song I listen to has to be happy, but this one was just kind of like, oh, bummer, man. Like, like I just, like, take some of that bitterness out of there. I don't know. I just felt like, but like you said, it definitely evokes some emotion. Lyrically, I thought it was good. And I thought that I liked the name of the song, how it fits in with the picture that it paints. The styrofoam plates, how they say, they were in a line at the church for Thanksgiving. And so it kind of paints the picture of the childhood. And I like how the name corresponds with that. But I thought it was just, like, kind of a bummy song. Like, I was like, oh, man. Like,
yeah, it is definitely like that, but I think it's really good at doing that, so.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's what it's there for, so I guess it served its purpose,
Yeah, and like you mentioned, the instrumental part I thought was really good, and I like the ending where they start adding, like, a bit of vocal effects, like a bit of vocal distortion. And I think that, like, that with the delivery just really captures that feeling of, like, anger and bitterness.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, man, like, hate for somebody to feel that way,
You're just a bit too bummed out by it.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, that's sad.
Yeah. Well.
Anyway. All right, number 9.
All right. Coney Island. This is another location-based song.
This song was, I thought, kind of bummy, too.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah. I felt like it was bummy. Like, no, okay, I thought, well, because he says, like, everyone will go but me, like, at the end, and I was kind of like, aw, left out.
Well, he didn't want to go.
Yeah, but it was kind of like, I don't know, it kind of bummed me out, too. I thought it was a good song. It's a little short.
Yes.
Again, another short song. But it was, I like the location, like how we talked about it, but like I said, to me I thought it was kind of bummy.
Oh, really? Well, everything was closed at Coney Island, and I could not help from smiling. You know, so the speaker...
Well, he says he's smiling,
Yeah.
but then he's like, I don't know.
The speaker clearly
No.
doesn't like it, so...
Yeah, but that's why it was kind of bumming me out. Like, I'm like, man, like, what's gonna make the speaker happy? Like, come on. His dad's
Well, they are
ashes is
happy.
blue in his eyeball.
Coney Island's closed.
And now he's... No, but I thought it was kind of like, oh, man. Oh, wait, you don't like Coney Island either? Come on.
I mean, I've
What
never
do
been.
you like?
I've never been, so I wouldn't know.
I mean, I've never been either. No, I've never been either. But, I mean, it doesn't sound like a place I want to go to.
No.
But I was like, we need some positivity. I mean, he's smiling because it's all closed. Like, I was like, okay.
I don't know. I think
I
that's
don't know.
a neat little, like, story to write. It's short, but I think it captures it well. Like, just being there and
Yeah.
it's closed and just kind of being like, that's kind of neat. I don't really like this place normally.
Yeah, yeah, I guess it's cool. I mean, like, okay, this is like a relatable thing. So for our senior trip in high school, we went to Disney World, and like they had grad night, so like where the park is closed overnight, and like seniors from all over the country get to like have fun in the park while it's closed overnight. So it's like literally all night long. And so there's like no lines, just like run up to stuff. And like normally I don't like Disney World. Like that's like terrible place to be. Like I just don't like it at all. And I don't understand people who love it. But it was fun because it was closed. Everything was, you could still ride the rides, but everything was closed. Like there weren't all these people. It was just like seniors, and it was a lot of fun. So I kind of get it from that point of view. Like you could hate a place, but it might be fun when everything's shut down,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't feel like that's the same sentiment that this song is getting at, but
Yeah, I guess.
that's how I can
I
relate
don't know.
to it. Yeah.
I think it's a fun, again, evocative, sort of lyrical,
Yeah, it is.
like, bit of writing. And I also like it musically a lot. I like the soft, like, synth intro there. And I like the vocal
Yes.
doubling and the bass and drums sort of like, they have this little pump to them that I like. It's a good song, I
yeah.
think.
Yeah, musically, I thought it was nice, but I was just kind of like, I don't know, the feeling it gave me at the end of listening to it. I was like, like, okay, give me some more happy music.
Yeah, again, with talking about it as an album, I don't think this flows really well from styrofoam plates.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't think I Was a Kaleidoscope styrofoam plates and Coney Island make for a good flow there towards the end. They're just kind of all over the place.
Yeah, I agree with that. But at the same time, I know they came out with 3 albums in 3 years, but I was kind of like, bro, maybe you should have just taken take a beat, so to speak, take a step back and spend a little more time on that third one. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like it could have been a better flow. I didn't really understand the sequence of the songs on this, why Coney Island is stuck right there.
Yeah, it's such a weird place to put it, like the last song before the end.
Yeah, it was a little odd. So it wasn't a bad song. It wasn't it was just kind of a question mark to me. Like, okay,
Yeah. All right. Well, debate exposes doubt.
Yeah, I like this one.
Oh,
What'd you think?
I go back and forth on this one. Like, I like the interlude parts, the piano interlude parts, and the ending. But I don't know, something about the main verses. I don't know, something about the guitar again. Like the guitar in this album's very hit or miss for me. Like some of them I really love, and sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
It's just something about how they have their amps and effects done.
Yeah.
Just hit or miss for me.
Yeah. I didn't mind the guitar in this, but again, you listen to the more technical aspects of it than I do. I'm just like, oh, pretty guitar, So I don't know enough to really listen for that, but I thought it was pretty good. Yeah.
Anything else about
Anything
this?
else about
I
this
was gonna.
song?
You don't have anything else?
No, I just had written down that I liked it. I thought that was a good song. So, favorite song on the album, what would you say?
Steadier Footing, A Movie Script Ending, or Blacking Out the Friction. One of those three. What about you?
Okay. I would say We Laugh Indoors, Blocking Out the Friction, or Debate Exposes Doubt.
Okay.
Those are my top three.
Yeah, well, any closing thoughts on the
I probably
album?
like We Laugh Indoors because that one's so catchy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, closing thoughts. Overall, I liked it. I enjoyed listening to it. I am going to keep it on rotation for nights when I can't go to sleep because apparently it is sleep inducing to me. It just has like a nice, lulling quality to it. But I did find it to be just a little bummy. A little like wah, 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 a little downtrodden.
Well, that's kind of their sound.
Which is fine. That's fine. That's good. That's kind of their thing. Yeah. So I do enjoy it, but it's not like, I think because I listened to it like 3 nights in a row, I was like, oh, I need something like upbeat now, like it's kind of like one of those things I'll listen to every once in a while.
Yeah, yeah.
So I liked it. I thought it was a decent album, I'll say. Decent. It wasn't like an amazing album at all, by any means, to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I mentioned at the top, this is, other than the one Death Cab for Cutie album I think's outright bad, this is probably their weakest album, and even though there's a lot of songs I do like on this album, it's just like, I don't know, like especially Information Travels Faster and Why You'd Want to Live Here really bring it down, and I don't think it's cohesive as an album, and I think the rest of their albums are much better at being cohesive, and even if I maybe don't like the songs as much, I think that makes for a better overall listening experience.
Yeah, it's like they work together, and this I didn't feel like they all worked together, like you said.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that LA one, I was like, whoa, where did this come from? But, I mean, at the same time, I kind of got a little chuckle out of it, like, yeah, I've definitely heard people are super shallow there, so, I mean, I guess it served its purpose, but I don't know, I like some of their other stuff better.
Yeah. Real quick, though, what's your favorite Death Cab for Cutie song?
Oh, gosh. Okay. My favorite song. I don't know. I'm so bad at song titles. See, I'm telling you, like, Napster and stuff, like, ruined me because
oh, yeah.
you would just, like, download stuff and, like, you would never look at the song name ever again.
Yeah.
I don't know song titles. I don't know. What's your favorite?
Ooh. Oh, you put me on the spot.
Well, you put me on the spot, buddy.
Well, I've listened to all their albums, so I have to, like, scan my brain for, like, oh, God, which one? I don't know. I don't have an answer for you.
I know,
it's
I'm trying
hard.
to think. Yeah. Oh, I know, I'm, like, trying to think of it. Okay, tell me what album that you did not like at all.
Kintsugi, which is one of their more recent albums.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You just don't like it at all?
I liked the singles. They released 4 singles on it before it came out, and I was like, when I was listening to it, I was thinking, okay, if the rest of the album is as good as these singles, it's gonna be a good album. Then I listened to it, and it just, like, I've only listened to it twice. That's how bad I think it is. And the rest of their albums I've listened to several times. It's just, I think most of the songs are bad. Some of their worst work.
What? Oh my god, I'm gonna have to go listen to it.
I would
just to
recommend.
See how bad it is.
I would recommend one of their other albums. I mean, maybe you'd like it better than I did, but
maybe so. Since I was like, so like melancholy. Yeah, I'll have to look that one up. I definitely need to like branch out and listen to some more of this stuff, and I don't know. So I wanna go listen to that album now and see if I like it or not.
If you want good recommendations, Transatlanticism
give me a good
or Plans, either of those albums, those are both their more popular albums. You almost certainly heard songs.
I was gonna say,
from those
yeah,
albums,
I know I've heard songs from, Transatlanticism is the one that's the most familiar to me, I think. So, but again, like I said, I haven't listened to this stuff in like so long. So,
Yeah.
although I did rewatch the OC like probably last year. So
Yeah, and I know they've had
should
some
be.
songs.
They had a few
on
songs.
there.
Yeah, just a few of them, but it just fits with the character on there. Like he's like a total Death Cab fan, and it definitely fits for that. So
yeah, according to Wikipedia, movie script ending was on the OC. So
I knew I heard that one before. Nice. Okay. See, sounded familiar to me.
oh yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's been our podcast. Unless you have anything else to add.
Nope, that's it. I enjoyed listening to this. It put me into a deep slumber. So I don't know if that's a glowing recommendation for this or not, but no, I liked branching out and listening to this. And anyway, I thought it was a good recommendation for a podcast topic because it had, both songs that we liked and ones that we didn't care for. So that always makes for a good discussion. And I like to see like what you like and what I like, and how it differs.
Well, we mostly agreed, I think. I think most of your quibbles were you felt some of these were a bit too, dour, a bit too much of a bummer.
Yeah. Yeah. I like rainbows and butterflies and unicorns. So happy stuff. But, whatever.
All right. Well, that's been our podcast. Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed it, and we hope to see you next time. Bye.
Bye.